Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Schedule 1 video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up the most efficient and fully automated bungalow. If you're a beginner, this is a perfect setup for you, and if you're not a beginner, this is still an amazing setup for the bungalow. Now let's go ahead and start with our workers. We have 5 beautiful workers over here, 2 of which are the handlers, 2 botanists, and 1 chemist. I'm going to put on the screen right now of what you need to purchase and how much it'll all cost. Okay, just screenshot this, pause it, and then let's get right into the setup, guys. So guys, I've already went ahead and set up all the storage racks. We're going to need 11 large storage racks in total. So 6 on this side against this wall. Why 6 on this side is because we have backup mix racks that the handler is going to take from the backup mix rack into our main mix rack, so we don't have to necessarily restock these storage racks more than at least once to twice a week in game time. Our mix contains Cuke, Viagra, also that's a new name for the Viagra pills, and then the Mega Bean. Okay, this will give us $100 profit, subtracting it from the $13 that it'll cost us. So in reality, our profit's $87. But later on in the video, I'm going to show you how to make even more profit than $87 on our mix. Then on this side, we have our jar racks. So this is the backup jar rack going into the main jar rack. And this rack over here will be our final product rack, where we're going to have our packaging station Mark 1. Yes, guys, Mark 1, not Mark 2. And the reason why is because our handler actually works faster for some reason with the Mark 1 packaging station. So it'll go into the packaging station we're going to have here, then from the packaging station into our final rack, which is over here. Head over to the other room. We're going to have 2 large storage racks, which will contain our long life soil, our fertilizer, and our OG Kush seed. Okay, so 30 OG Kush seeds, 30 fertilizer. I know I have 5 over here, but it's supposed to be 10, 10, 10. And then 20 of the extra long life soil. I've just went ahead and tested this whole setup up. That's why, I have a couple soils missing and everything. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and set everything up. So grab your moisture preserving pots. You're gonna need 16 of those. Grab your suspension racks, another 16, and then your LED grow lights, another 16. Then get your packaging station and let's put everything down. So let's start with our packaging station going this way, and then head over to this room. Set up 4 moisture preserving pots like this, and then leave about 1 space, and then set up another 4 as such, and then another 4 just like this, then the last 4 in this corner over here. It'll look like this, guys. Okay, now your suspension racks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 16. All right, now the grow lights. All right, perfect. Now what you guys want to do is go ahead and get the remaining mixing station and beds. Now your beds are going to be in the kitchen. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this setup over here when it comes to the beds. However, the way the bungalow is set up, these 2 rooms, the living room and the bedroom, are the biggest, and the kitchen just has that sink and the countertops, which take a bunch of the space. And then set your mixing station Mark 2s against these racks over here. Alright, guys, so what you want to do next is set up your workers. I'm going to go ahead and set up my boy Walter over here. So set your first botanist, manage botanist, set the pots, head over to your first 8 pots. Now a little trick what you can do is, instead of clicking each pot one by one, you can actually hold shift and highlight your pots. So here we have 8, click enter. Now set the supplies to this rack over here, and then set him up to a bed, any bed. Scroll and then scroll back to your clipboard, and then set up your second botanist and do the same exact thing. It's just copy pasting, guys. Right? So shift, and then highlight 8 of your pots as such, and then click enter. Set the supplies to this rack over here, and then set the bed to any bed in the kitchen. Also guys, almost forgot one thing. What you guys want to do is highlight every single pot here. Okay, all 16 of the pots. And then click manage 16 pots and then set the additive to whatever additive you have set it to. In my case, I'm doing fertilizer. And then the seed doesn't really matter. However, you can just put it to OG Kush seed because that's what we're using. And then also we almost forgot to set the destination. So set the destination of all 16 to our fixed or our first mixing station. Okay, and that's about it, guys. Now let's set up our chemist. So manage chemist, click E, then set the assigned stations to the 3 mixing station Mark IIs. Just like that. Okay, he has an extra slot, we don't need it. And then from here, sorry, I'll just set this one up again. And then from here, set the bed to any bed. Scroll and then stay here. So what you guys want to do is get your clipboard out, highlight all 3 mixing stations, click E, set the threshold to 10. Okay, and then scroll and scroll back, and then manage this mixing station, set the destination to the one next to it, exit, do the same thing, set the destination on the second one to the third, exit, and then set the third mixing station to our packaging station. Then from our packaging station, manage packaging station, set the destination to our large storage rack, which is our final storage rack, where our final product will be. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's go ahead and set up our handlers. Now we have Donald Clark over here. Manage handler, set the assigned station to this packaging station right here, and then set the routes as such. Hop up on this mixing station and then set the route from the backup mix rack to the main mix rack. Then for the second one, backup mix rack to the main mix rack. Then the third one, which is our mega bean rack, backup mix rack to our main mix rack, guys. Head over to your jars, set up your backup jar rack to your main jar rack, and then your main jar rack to your packaging station. Scroll and then scroll right back to your clipboard and then set up your second handler. Your second handler does not need any assigned stations, just routes. So for your second handler, what's gonna happen is you're gonna set up the first and main storage rack for the mix rack to the main or to the mixing station. So main storage rack that has your mix to the mixing station Mark II. And the third one as well, main mix rack to the mixing station Mark II. And what you're gonna do here is go to your loading bay, set the loading bay to this large storage rack over here. Do the same thing again, loading bay to this second storage rack over here. So how this is going to work, guys, is, for example, you're running out of soil, you're running out of fertilizer. Okay, you just hit up the app, the deliveries app over here, and you head over to Dan's Hardware or even Handy Hank's Hardware. I like Dan a little bit more. So what you want to do is, you know, whatever you're missing in these storage racks, you know, get a bunch of the, for example, 20 fertilizer, or sorry, 20 long life soil, and then let's say 20 fertilizer, right? Place the order at the Bungalow for the loading dock number 1. Place that order. You're gonna have to wait 2 hours and 13 minutes in game time, which is 2 minutes and 10 seconds. What your handler is going to do is take whatever fertilizer and soil and place it into both of these racks that are missing any soil, any fertilizer. All you have to do, guys, in this setup is restock the OG Kush seeds, and then also restock the Cuke, the Viagra, and the Mega Bean for the mixes, okay? And then also the jars. So guys, all that's left really is just giving these guys a bed, right? And then placing money into their briefcases. So I like to keep a bunch of money into their briefcase just so I don't have to keep coming back and placing money into their briefcase over and over. This should be good for at least a week and a half to 2 weeks. Awesome. So I'm going to show you guys my handler and how he's going to take whatever is delivered over here. He's going to take it, so the soil and the fertilizer, and he's going to put it right into these shelves. All right, guys, our van is here, and our worker, Andrew, is going to be taking whatever he's taking and just putting it into these racks. So for some reason, this rack is a little glitched where he just puts it through the wall. But then this one, he comes over and then he actually puts it right here. But it still is getting the job done, really. Okay. So all this stuff, he's going to put it into those racks. What I'll do now is let the botanists get to work. Once our plants are all grown out, what will happen is our weed will go into this mixing station over here. Then our chemist will come over and then start the mixing station with the cuke. And then go over to the Viagra and then go over to the Mega Bean. And then have our final product head over to the packaging station, package it all up, then head over to our large storage rack. Also, guys, our boy Andrew with the bald head, he's still using the trunk of this delivery vehicle. The reason why it didn't disappear yet is we still have a bunch of soil and fertilizer in there. Okay, we still haven't run out of fertilizer and soil in our main racks, so it just stays in there until we do. So we're gonna have our first botanist place our weed here. We're creating Thick Monkey. Okay, you might have a different name, but it's all gonna be the same amount or the same value. Okay, our chemist just came in and he's about to start the machine up. So another thing is, guys, I'd like to mention is when you are doing this and it's your first time, what's gonna happen is when the mix is done, you're gonna see that your chemist and your mixing station is not working anymore. And you might think it's a bug, but it's really not. What it is you've discovered a new strain. So what you need to do is you're gonna have something over here pop up, and you're gonna have to click done. Okay, when you click done, your chemist will come back right into this room and then take, you know, that strain and place it into the second mixing station. And then you're gonna have another new discovered strain. Then again, click done. Okay, just like this. So for me, I already have it discovered. You will have a done button over here. Click done. Then you have your chemist come in, place it into the second one, and then do the same thing. Click done, then to the third one, and then last but not least, click done again, and then your chemist will take it from here, place it into there. All right, guys, our final mixing station just completed. We have Granddaddy Gruel. Our homie Thomas is gonna head over, take that, bring it over to the packaging station, and then I believe one of our handlers, I think Donald, once he's done with this mixing station, restocking it. See, this is very fast. If you guys try this with the packaging station Mark II, it'll take way longer. Okay. Now he's gonna put it into this rack, and there you have it, guys. Boom. Now I'm gonna show you guys how much you can sell it for. If you wanna head over to your products app, you're gonna see that the asking price for Granddaddy Gruel is $100. You can definitely sell it for way more than that, alright? Also, your addictiveness level for this strain is 100%, so that is amazing. Okay, we have a couple clients that want to buy some, so 5 for $535. We can counter offer that, and I guess go for an extra 100. There you go, very easily, you know. And also you gotta keep in mind that your clients have to be loyal in order to have them, you know, agree to you marking up the price even more. Okay, so if you have someone that is, you know, friendly or even just neutral, just make sure you're building up that relationship so that you can sell more and for higher prices. Me personally, guys, I like giving it to Benji or Molly or whoever my dealer is and just have them sell everything. However, if you're still a beginner and you're trying to maximize your profits, go ahead and sell it yourself and mark up the price every single time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.